The UN says 500,000 people have fled Ukraine, and our next guest is one of them. Ksenyia Kharchenko left Ukraine with her 5-year-old child. She's now in Poland, and that's where she's joining us right now. Thank you for being with us today. Thank you for speaking with us in this moment.
Hello.
Now, you arrived in Poland last night. I'm wondering if you could describe for us what that journey was like. I know there is a desperate flee right now from the capital city, Kyiv, to try to get out of the country.
Yes, of course. Well, the main question for me was how to choose this point X and when should I leave actually, because people from the net used to say that once they hear the first shooting in the city, this already is too late. So actually I have had packed my safety backpack for 3 times, and I was waiting for 2 weeks because the situation was really, really getting harsh. But once I heard the bombing on the night or very early in the morning on Thursday, I instantly realized the time, and we packed in an hour and a half. And it was already too late because the whole city was just covered with fires. It was impossible to move. So me, my son and my ex-husband, we just took a decision to go back and to wait until the situation gets a little bit lighter, which means when the road will be more clear. But as the situation was developing, we have realized that this night we have to spend in a bomb box waiting for the missiles to fall on our city. And we have packed once again. We moved in a car, and we have been waiting for the morning and for the curfew to end in order to leave. And then there was also a warning about the sirens, and so we went to a shelter. And then once we get out, I told him that it's time to leave right now. And it took us 3 days driving a car. We took 2 cars because he was coming back with his own car to get the territorial obrana, and me and my son, we were driving forward to Poland. So we were on the big street. It was a highway in Kyiv, and it took us 7 hours just to get out of the city, and normally it takes 20 minutes during the rush hour even so, and there was bombing everywhere. So actually I was afraid that some kind of missile, which is fall on the street, which is a huge arteria that leads to Lviv, and it will be just all crashed and no one will go anywhere. So we left. We were really scared. We stayed overnight in another city because we were unable to drive anymore. And then we moved to the northern border, the northern part of the border of Ukraine and Poland. And I have spent 30 hours, my kids, luckily enough, in a car while we found ourselves in Poland. And I'm lucky enough to have Polish contacts, to speak Polish, to have friends, to have lots of people who would help me a lot. And right now I'm sitting in an apartment which was provided by a mom of the friend of mine. But as for the rest, the people are gathering. There are so many Polish people who are just, they have arranged a volunteer center and they just disseminate everyone who comes to Poland. They have buses, they provide various foods, everything that they can do, they do that.
So a warm welcome then for people who are fleeing Ukraine, it seems like yourself. Yeah. As we said, you're traveling. You mentioned your son. He's only 5 years old. What was this journey like for him as you fled Ukraine trying to find safety in Poland?
Well, for him, the journey was rather like an adventure. And I must say that actually my main concern was my sleepless stay driving in a foreign country, or driving somewhere out of the regular area, which is right now at this moment there was a road without any signs, so I would basically not know where am I going, and if there is no cell coverage, then I just won't be able to drive even a map, any navigation. He is a brave guy who spent 3 days and 2 nights in the car. He was playing and he was sleeping in the car, so for him this is rather fine. But now he's still packing. He came here, he got his presents, he got cars, some toy cars, some that he likes a lot. And what he does, he collects the things that he likes the most in a corridor in order to take them to the next, to the next journey. So he basically is disoriented. He waits where we will go next.
Yeah, and I believe that is, of course, the situation for so many, not knowing what is next. But Ksenyia, thank you for talking to us today. We wish you and your son well, and of course your family who are still in Ukraine. Thank you for this.
Thank you very much. Let it be so.